Happy birthday, Big Mick, from Stuart. 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 Happy birthday, Big Mick 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 from Stuart.
Did you know, Martijn, that when I was a teenager, I started playing the accordion? I, even though I knew it was desperately uncool, a desperately terrible reputational instrument, I lived in a little village, and at this point, I could already play guitar pretty well, and I just put up some signs around the village, and I was like, "Anyone want some guitar lessons?" And I taught this woman who was like a school teacher how to play acoustic guitar from the absolute basics. And I did it for like the most part of a year. And she hadn't paid me anything. She said she'd square up at the end of it. And at some point I said, "Look, I'm starting college soon and I'm going to be busy and I don't think I could do the lessons anymore. Like I'll find you someone else to continue this, but you will need to pay me. You will need to pay me for the time." And she said, "Well, I was about to start college, so I guess I would have been like 16." And she said, I can pay you. Here's what I would pay you. Or I have an antique accordion in the attic. You could have that instead." And because I don't know what facet of my personality it speaks to, something related to gambling, I guess. Something that like, do you want money like a number? Do you want like money's kind of boring compared to like a toy? So I took the accordion and I was like, I got to learn this. And it was really old. It was still in tune, but like it was old. It wasn't in very good condition. But I was like, well, now I've got an accordion and they do cost a lot of money. So like possibly in a raw figures kind of sense, you know, I was probably up. But sometimes you can get fooled by that. Did I ever tell you about I did a thing years ago. What if I can find it? In fact, there's nothing to find really. So years ago, I have you ever heard of the red paperclip story about a man who had a single red paperclip, and as part of an entrepreneurial spirit, he would trade his red paperclip for something bigger and better until he had like a Cadillac and a house, and he was a millionaire. But he all started with a red paperclip, and it's kind of a very LinkedIn style story about sort of American style entrepreneurial capitalism. And I'm going to say around 2016, 2017, I thought it'd be funny as a project because I was doing loads of live shows around the country. I thought I'd do it as a project that I would do the red paperclip story, and that through I wanted to prove that it doesn't really work in real life. There are like hard caps to it. It doesn't really work out this way. And so when I was advertising gigs, I started off with something useless and then I traded up and up. And I'd keep when I was advertising gigs and advertising tickets, and I'd say, I'd be in this city at this time and I've got this item. Does anyone want to trade this item for something where I something that's worth slightly more, and I'll bring it and I'll give it to you? And to my great surprise, it does in fact work. I started off with a laser disc of Titanic because I think it's fair to say that's not actually worth anything to anyone. No one owns a laser disc. Titanic was one of the biggest launch things for the Laserdisc as well. So if you were to collect Laserdiscs, you will always have Titanic because they went hard on printing them for Laserdisc. So I had a Laserdisc of Titanic, and then I swapped them for some puppets, I think. And then I swapped the puppets for some artwork by, I think Rebecca Sugar. Do you know Rebecca Sugar, the animator? I had some limited edition artwork from Rebecca Sugar that was traded for the puppets because someone really liked the Puppet Maker stuff. And then I traded the Rebecca Sugar artwork for a two-person Euro tent, RRP £220. And then I traded those for like this very nice German computer tablet. And then I traded those for a complete hardbound collection of the complete works of Jane Austen. Hello, Bread Santa. How are you doing? Thank you very much for the subscription. Hello, Burnzoid. Hello, Zap.exe. But the problem was, once I had items that were worth over £300 to £400, no one wanted to trade a single item that was worth more than that. And what people started saying is, I'm not going to give you anything worth £500. What about if I give you two things that are worth less than that? And I was like, well, it's getting slow. It's slowing right down. I'll accept multiple things if their combined value, RRP, is still more. But the problem then was I started accepting a vast quantity of shit. And I just kept accumulating it. And my house was becoming a warehouse for it. At one point, I had like gallons of contact lens solution, but I've never worn contacts in my life. Hello, Albert. Thank you very much for the resubscription. I had gallons of contact lens solution. I had loads of novelty jam. I had loads of Danish phone charging cases. Why did you have the solution? Because someone was going to give it to me so much that the combined RRP was greater than what I was giving them. What is novelty jam? It was an independent jam maker and seller. It was vodka infused. It was alcoholic vodka jam with weird flavors such as carrot and lime. That was the worst in my opinion. But also coffee and plum. That was okay. But there was no market for alcoholic bizarre jam flavors. So when they were getting rid of all their stock, it was they just gave me all of their remaining stock with the knowledge that it was made in a normal jam way. So it was like good for a couple of years. So I had all those jams, I had all the contact lens solution, I'd amassed loads of books, loads of plastic Danish electronic stuff. There's no churls, Red. There's one rule here. There's no churls allowed. If you are a churl, please identify yourself. I'll time you out for the duration of this stream, and then we'll review the rule afterwards, and we'll see if we'll let you in next time. What's a churl? Yeah, Albert, that's basically what the certificate said. And yeah, a churl is someone who's churlish. Welcome, Raiders. Can we all say welcome, Raiders, or WR, the world record? Shout out a good Pete. How were the Pete picks? Suiting you well? Please join me in following friend and colleague a good Pete. They were streaming some art. What's the tautology? Oh yeah, if you define a churl as someone who's churlish, yeah, you're not getting anywhere. I don't mind a cur. I don't mind a cur. I've got no problems with curs. Anyway, how are all of you? How are you, Albert? How are you, Oracle of Truth? How are you, Burnzoid? How are you, Bread Santa? How are you, Zap.exe? How are you, Harry Hardy? How are you, Oracle of Truth? How are you, Lambda Girl? What's the news on my end? Mall Vision is up and out. We have a lot of people. Let me see the current numbers. I think we're at 23. 24 people doing Mall Vision this year so far. Many familiar faces. Many people who've never performed before, which is very exciting. One person who's signed up is has a Wikipedia page. So that's quite exciting. You've fallen into beautiful romantic love? Since when? When did this happen? Harry, did I tell you? Yeah, it's Deadmau 5. Can I say, when people found out that I had been for several years pronouncing Dead Mouse as Deadmau 5, they ripped the shit out of me. But to me, that's the most natural thing in the world to see those letters and go Deadmau 5. People had to laugh right at me and say, they call it mouse. That's why. Thank God, thank you for being in solidarity with me. It's nice to be back in a neurodivergent space where we say Deadmau 5. You made it official that you're in love. That's great. You say Deadmau 5. I also called them Deadmau 5. Wow, whoever made fun of me was being very cruel, because it seems like calling them Deadmau 5 is the norm. Well, congratulations on falling in love, Zap.exe. Be careful. Make sure they're actually kind and not just pretending. Sometimes people catch you out with that, but they're probably all right. Just be careful, okay? Don't trust people. Is that good advice? No. I'm changing my advice. Go all in. Go all in. You and Deadmau 5 will make a great couple. Hello, Josie Russell. Do you know about Deadmau 5, Josie Russell? In fact, do you know, if you weren't here for the pre-stream, were you here to see my favorite musician? How do I bring them up? Did anyone see the pre-stream? Did anyone see my buddy Charlie Cook? Yeah, can we say CZ in the chat? Congratulations, Zap. You only just got here, so you didn't even see my buddy Charlie Cook. You missed the pre-stream. I've been reminded of this guy that I had a minor obsession with probably all of 6 years ago, who runs a YouTube channel doing gungrams. And gungrams are where you shoot a gun. He'll play a song with a trumpet, but also on his offhand he shoots a gun. I think it's really good. I really like him. Martine doesn't like him. Martine's got nothing kind to say about Charlie Cook. Come on. Nobody here? Yeah, to be honest, that's for the best, I think. I don't think that was...
Birthday, Dr. Lucat. We know you see a lot of pretty women. Happy birthday, Dr. Lucat. We know you see a lot of pretty women.
His gun's got a silencer on it. Well, something's happening where maybe it's ducking the audio because it can't handle how loud it was. This is the one I was playing during the pre-stream, and the timbre of the gun is a lot better. And I actually think this is where's the entertainer? The entertainer is his best one. I think this is the funniest one he's got.
Happy birthday, Big Mick from Stuart.
Absolute gun noob on stream. Hear how that we got the high end. We've got the high end in there. That sounds real. I love the reload. When I showed this to Jam earlier, she went, "How many bullets are in that gun?" Just as we hit, just as we hit him releasing the clip. Martine's correctly pointed out the funniest thing about it. Obviously, I've never shot a gun, sorry to Albrock. I don't know anything about guns. I don't need to, but no imminent threat. But when the recoil must be sufficient that it puts enough pressure on him that he just can't play the trumpet while he shoots the gun. And whenever the song necessitates it, it causes this little break in the rhythm. Oh, so that was a double. The he into like just looking down the lens. What's it giving me here? Jonathan Blow on making an operating system, Dark Station, Polar Rift 2, and Final Fantasy 7, but every song is bardcore. The algorithm's got me here. We've got Star Fox, the wolf theme. We've got Blackened by Metallica. We've got Dancing Queen. Oh man, these are so good. I mean, All Star seems like something worth checking out. Hee hee. It's good to hee hee into a complete blank stare. No gun. Is it going to be gun? Yes or no in the chat? Yes. Oh yeah. Huh? You missed one. Okay. It's right there, Charlie's Gungram. He only does commissions. He doesn't do this for fun. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to predict where the bullets will go is hard. Oh, no. Get him to do Puppy.
Happy birthday, Allegra, from Riley and Max.
Yeah, he only does commissions. He's not doing this for fun. This is just his job. In fact, if we look, he's got a website here. Personal shooting instruction. Oh, okay. He's a gun instructor. Hang on. Where's the okay? Firearm safety, knowledge, skills. Hang on. Sorry. If someone's saying, I teach people how to be responsible with guns. Great. And what do you do with your guns? I shoot them wildly into the middle distance while playing trumpet. Charlie Cook has been teaching firearms since 2007. He spent time donating time teaching women, students, and politicians. Okay. After instructing at a local shooting school, okay, you got to get those words in that order. He decided to break out and start personal shooting instruction to teach classes for himself. Charlie has been an instrumental music teacher for over 25 years. Okay, so he was a musician first, and then the guns started creeping in. We've all had that feeling that we have to consolidate, that we're stretching ourselves too thin. NRA certified. Refuse to be a victim. I don't want to know what that, I don't know what that refers to, but it sounds bad. It sounds like private citizens are going to get shot. Charlie's also a Sabre pepper spray instructor and a Utah BCI instructor. Pepper spray is a great option when you're in a non-permissive area, like when you're at work. Yes, thank you for the subscription, Big Popper. The Utah permit is valid in 30 states for non-Utah residents. Thank you. Gun in the chat if gun. Reviews coming soon. But you've been doing this for 7 years. Do we email him? Personal shooting instruction at gmail.com. If you have anything you want to know, there he is. He is still going. He's slowed down a little bit. 4 years, 3 years. I'm very curious about the Betty White tribute. Like I don't know what.
Remember, it takes a pounding.
Yeah, he can be part of your team. Why not? This one's pretty good. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Betty White.
You can't do a rest in peace off the back of her. You can't do that. It's a bad transition.
Remember.
Oh man.
Pounding.
Yeah. I've got it. So lately I've seen him with like semi-automatic rifles. I have no idea. Like, how does the Pina Colada song go with like a proper rifle?
Hey, Solal. Happy birthday.
It's like his trademark little thing. Oh, you going up to the Fringe app? I guess you're not talking to me. I've got my Fringe dates, but you're probably thinking about if anyone from the community is going to be going up. Is anyone going up to the Fringe? Is it just me and Zap? Oh yeah, my dates. The 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, then maybe not the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. So if you're going up to any of those dates, I'll be there. Yeah, it's the Fringe app. People do a full run is about 27 shows. I'm taking 2 days off. I can't remember when they are. But I'm probably doing closer to 29 shows because on some days I'll be doing 2 things. Yeah, that's the Fringe. This will be my 7th Fringe in total, but it'll be only my 4th Fringe. Hang on. It's either my 4th or 5th Fringe where I'm doing a show every day. And I've done 2 or 3 Fringes where I went up for a week or for 3 or 4 days. Thank you, Alan G. Dundee. Very helpful. Yeah, I'm taking 12 or 20 off. But even then, that makes me feel really lazy because a lot of people are just taking 1 day off. Some people are taking no days off. Most people are taking 1. I'm taking 2. I'm going to look after myself. I'm going to take 1 off and go to a swimming pool, take another day off and do Arthur's Seat. I don't understand some people's capacity burns. Some people do. I've done a Fringe where I did 3 shows every day, and then on one day I did 8 shows in one day, just to see. I wanted to just get my personal best. I did 8 shows in one day, and then every other day I was doing 3 shows. I did my show, then I had to play background music in someone else's show. So I was like a background musician in someone else's show. And then I was doing a compilation show. And then maybe I was doing another show in the evening as well. Maybe I was doing like 3 or 4 shows in a day for like a whole month. But I was at this point like 23. So I basically didn't feel tired ever. Zap, you're on. I'll make you homemade Sean Mull Twitch merchandise if you bring a whole Scottish friendship group. That would be a delight. That's fine, Harry. That's normal. Where's... Very nice. If you've got a drink, be sure to do this. It is, yeah. It's going to be more. It's going to be Droitwich. Stay at my mum's in Birmingham, and then just get back up as soon as I can and get more vision in. I don't know if they are stock photos. I think those are his cocktails that he had. See, this is what I'm curious about. How does this become musical? How is this gun safety?
Happy birthday, Salal.
Okay. And most recently, he did No Motherland Without You, but that was still a year ago. So he has...
Hey, Cetra. Kin wishes you a happy holidays.
We're doing this, Fluff. If you want us to stop, we can do something else. I'm still thinking about it, Josie. I'll think about it really properly soon. I think the odds are good that I will go. That's a good question, Martine. What do you predict the timbre of the comments are going to be like? Is it people being like, why is this guy doing this? Is it people being like, great one, Charlie, love the song? My vote, honestly, is that it's just he's got a small fan base and they go, great one, Charlie, loved the song. Maybe one guy being like, am I insane? Is no one talking about what a strange thing this is? I think you should go, Josie Russell. If I don't go, it will be because I made it. It won't be because I sat down and thought about it. It will be because I didn't think about it enough and I didn't make myself go. If I don't go, I'll regret it. But I think we should go. No, I don't like that. I don't like him cut into a different video of him shooting. I don't like this. This isn't how it used to be. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I don't like it when he does national anthems and stuff, like things that are a bit more classical and a bit more flowing. And I think he needs to hit hard beats. He needs like pop music from the last 3 decades that have like a real clear down kick so he can shoot the gun clearly. Like you couldn't do Fur Elise like that. Let's see if he's done classical music. I'm writing a big check here, but has he done it? Has he done like Beethoven or anything? Has he done? He's done an entertainer, but that's honestly way more modern than this stuff. Has he done classical music? He's chopped. I haven't checked up with clavicular lately, so I don't know what chopped means. Is it good to be chopped or bad to? Brahms Lullaby. Okay, I completely take it back.
All right. Today's gungram is a special one. I'm using a standard 33 round magazine, and I have a Glock 17 suppressor. The suppressor is a lot like a muffler for your gun. This is Brahms Lullaby.
It's arrhythmic, though. He's not... The shots are coming randomly. Hang on, what happened to clavicular? I didn't know there was... I've seen that people are talking about clavicular again, but why? Is he taking the hammer to his face again? What did he overdose on? I thought he was living his best life. I guess, the problem is when you're an influencer and you're trying to be like, I've invented a lifestyle and it's brought me peace and happiness. It's probably tough to then overdose and die because, the brand kind of goes down a little bit. Like if you've look maxed and you've jester maxed, and then you're also addicted to meth, you've got to think, well, there must have been something. The looks maxing and the jester maxing must have left a little bit of a hole that you were trying to fill with meth. He overdosed, and the wig lad kept trying to give him Adderall. My lifestyle involves hammers, but I don't use them to hit my face. What a mysterious thing to say. Or just me really being shady about being a carpenter. All right, that's his. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check up on the what next stuff. I don't know. I think drug mogging is probably taking loads of drugs and having a great time and putting us all to shame for being like a little bit overcautious about taking class A's. But if you take drugs and then you overdose and then you die, you're probably drug chopped, dose mogged. So I noticed that Sean Morley's Anchoritic Life is currently winning at 10 votes. Sean Morley has been bricked into a room and has vowed to never leave. What wacky hijinks will he get up to in there? Interestingly, the Name 100 Women Challenge is coming up on second. I don't know if we're interested in this anymore. I don't know if we need me to prove that I know of women. I think I've got a good track record. Puzzle game with Jambird. That would be fun. I've got some lined up. In fact, I've even got a puzzle game I've just refused to play just in case this ever wins. Sean Morley's Big Cow. This one I'm quite keen on. I'm going to push it up. In fact, I'm going to push all 4 of them up. They're all good. I'm a woman. You've never heard of me. I know you, Lambda Girl. You're from chat. It's Lambda Girl from chat. Yeah, maybe you're right. Have I heard of you? At what point have I heard of you? How heard of someone does it have to be before I've heard of them? Puzzle with Jambird has more votes now. Yeah, shall I go back and go refresh? Doesn't look that different. Things look the same as they've always been. Maybe I'm refreshing too hard. Okay, well, what are people in the vibe for? How's everyone been doing? Have I told everyone about the cramp I had in my leg? For me, it says 10 votes for Jambird. Maybe I'm hard caching. Maybe my browser doesn't want a hard refresh hard enough. Which leg? My left leg. Yeah, the cramp. Yeah, it was one of the worst cramps I've ever had. I on the back of my leg, it was just writhing under the skin. You know how the back of your leg ideally is kind of round, like a semicircle? It had become more like an M. It had like formed this crease in the middle. The browser seems to cache scores. Well, that's good. That means it's not good. Ideally, you'd see the scores. I thought I'd spin it as good. But that's good. That means people are in the dark, Fog of War. Fog of War is why Polytopia is more advanced than chess. There's another gun music guy on YouTube that is actually satisfying. Look up Gun Drummer on YouTube. All right. Okay, fine. Have you ever seen? There'll be a limit. Let me just say now, just in case this becomes the rest of the evening, there's a limit to how many gun musicians I want to watch, but it's more than 2. So let's have a little look. Okay, so here we are at Gun Drummer. They're not leaving anything to the imagination. What was unsatisfying about Charlie Cook? No, that's okay, yours, gang. I'm just thinking you might set someone else off to be like, oh, if we're doing gun musicians. Okay, anything jumping out at people here? We've got Slipknot, Duality. We've got Metallica, Holier Than Thou. It's very, I guess heavy metal makes sense, right? If you're shooting semi-automatics, you want blast beat, right? So it's going to be like thrash and stuff. Let's just see. English band shooting for the first time. Mudvayne. Okay, so it's really genre locked. Pantera, Lamb of God. Halo main theme, gun cover, Drowning Pool, Mudvayne again, Slipknot. There's not a lot of Brahms here. The TV was dangerous. We had more of the TV than we could handle. Nothing really jumps out at me. I want to see something that stands out from the crowd musically. Barbie Girl metal cover. Oh, it's a metal cover of Barbie Girl. So we're still in heavy metal. How is the Vimto? I am addicted to Vimto. I never thought it would happen, but I'm drinking so much water now that I've got Vimto. You want to see dual wielding 50s? Is this Kubla Khan theory of mind gun cover with 50? Or is it finally dual wielding? It's probably this one. Oh, this is probably one of the worst videos I've ever watched. I think that might be just viscerally just not so unpleasant that it becomes interesting. Somewhere at the it manages to be just unpleasant enough that it doesn't stop becoming boring. I'm sorry, Eagles Gang. I hated this. I'll try another one. Let's go for the one with the most views then. Let's go for popular. Enter Sandman, Toxicity, Chop Suey. Let's go for Gun Drummer Christmas Trans-Siberian Orchestra. But I probably have to put it down a little bit because this is probably copyrighted music with the sound of guns just forced over it. But there's an actual drum kit there. How does that come into play? Okay, so he will play the drums. I have to talk over this a lot because I'm pretty confident this is copyrighted. Yeah, this is 100% copyrighted. So the joy of the other trumpet guy is he's making that music himself, you know? Okay, just get shooted. Shoot over it. Drown out. This is so stupid. I don't like this guy. The other guy rules. I hate this guy. I don't know why. This guy doesn't do it for me. Who was the other guy? Charlie Kirk. Whatever his name is. New Guns. I hate this so much. With no malice in the world. This is the worst recommendation I've ever been given. But it does hit the mark though. You have given me another person who makes music with guns. You know, that is what it is. No, there's no malice. I don't want people to feel bad for submitting things like this doesn't do it for me. Oh man. Oh, really funny though. Sean just sees guns. I think about Charlie Cook. You can't call yourself Charlie Cook and do things about guns. People are going to think. People are going to remember Charlie Gun, Charlie Gun. Sorry, but Erica has taken control of my neurons. When I think of guns, I think of Charlie Kirk. Did you watch Charlie Kirk get shot? Did you watch It was mad. Did you watch the proper videos of him actually just getting shot in the neck? It was insane. The sheer quantity of blood that came out of him. It was pretty mad. Oh, it's Columbo. I did not seek out footage of someone dying. I didn't seek it. No, I did. No, to be fair, I saw an overhead thing, and then I think I spoke to my sister about it, and she said, "You should see the one where the blood comes right out of his neck." And I said, "I don't know if I need to see that." And she went, "I'm going to give you the link right now." And I was like, "Yeah, we just got a different relationship to the world, but I will look at it." And now it's gone in. It's gone all the way in. I saw it before it was announced as dead. There was a funny period where a lot of people had seen like pints of blood pour out of his neck, unbidden, unstoppable. And then there's still that bit in the middle where people are like, we don't know if he's dead. Okay, but there isn't a drop of blood in his body. So I think we could make some inferences ahead of CBS. Your sister sounds terrifying. Lambda, you would be frightened by my sister. Her only relationship with this stream is that she was the voice of Mugtree. This is one for the old heads. She was Mugtree. That was who was saying Mugtree. That was my sister. That's her only relationship. Oh, Mugtree. Yeah. Remember? Mugtree. She's a nurse now. She got a first. She got a first, and now she's a nurse. Stop saying mug trees for the old heads. Can a mod pin that? Somehow Albrock finds just the best sentences. The old heads, yeah. There must be someone at Zap. You don't know about Mugtree, do you? Yules or Jules or Yules. You don't know about Mugtree, do you? Crispin, do you know about Mugtree? Yeah, Lambda Girl's a new head. She doesn't know about Mugtree. Sorry, but Phil, you are an old head. You performed in Scabbow with me at Bank Street Arts in 2016. You know, you're one of the oldest heads here. Sav doesn't know about Mugtree. Crispin doesn't know Mugtree. John will know Mugtree. John's still in the thread saying gun. Or is it egg? Which one is it that you say, John? 2016 was 3 years ago? I wish. Oh, I wish. I'd love to be young again, me. Although, I think now that I'm drinking Vimto, I feel like I am. I feel like I am a little bit young again. All right, what are we up to? I didn't plan anything. Should we do the dulls or something? Should we do a dull? What dull should we do? Should we do my favourite dull? I'm still young. Thanks, Popper. Oh, because you're little, aren't you? You're the youngest person here, aren't you, Popper? You're little, aren't you? You're like 22. I wouldn't love being 18 again. Wasn't that like 5 years ago for you? Oh, yeah. Which old FromSoft should we do? Should we do Kuon? I'm morally opposed to the gun threat. Are you an egghead? I think I just want to do Zoom out. I think I just want to enjoy myself. It's not a crime, is it, to have fun? We're 24 now. That's so cool. All right, where are we? Let me make this really big for everyone's benefit. Let's that'll do. Soul Reaver. Yeah, we've got to count the polygons in this tree. You haven't seen this doll. It's probably my favorite. It just zooms into a video game and you've got to say what video game it is. Turok? Yeah, it could be. So these is like a mangrove tree, right? Minecraft has introduced me to the tree that lives above swamp water. Yeah, N64, PlayStation. It's something. Turok's not a bad shout. But it's a Zelda? Could be. Could be. What, water temple or something? This is just a real mangrove. It's just a picture of someone's back garden. Could be. Do you know, there's a lot of stuff in Majora's Mask where you've got to go through a swamp. Majora's Mask. Let's do Majora's Mask. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Oh. I don't know what's going on now. It's not a Zelda. Unreal Tournament? I don't know. Maybe I didn't play enough Unreal, but I don't associate it with this sort of layout. I think I never really played Turok either, so I can't say on that front. I'm starting to think now that we know the tree's probably really far away, maybe the polygon count's higher than we're giving it credit for, because the tree's not. We were imagining we were coming up close to the tree, but the tree's in the background. So we could be in PS2. Yeah, I think this could be a UI element here, but I can't understand what it would be telling us. Like that little ropey, viney, stringy green thing, that looks 2D, like you say. Banjo-Kazooie? Yeah, I mean, maybe. I'm trying to think if anything might have a... Did Banjo-Kazooie have a 2D vine thing in the heads-up display? Telling you how many vines you've seen? Disney's Tarzan? Was there a 3D Tarzan? There might have been a 3D Tarzan. There might have been. I'm a little bit confused. Should we go for Tarzan? They like to throw some... there is a Disney's Tarzan from 1999. I think that would put it in the right kind of time. I don't think it's Tomb Raider. I'm going to do Tarzan because I don't think we're getting anywhere. It's not Tarzan. And we've learned nothing from the zoom out. Hello, Plem. Should we put some burger on? Now it's a stream. Isn't this Temple Run? This is from... Oh. Could it be Temple Run? Temple Run? Okay, everyone's saying Temple Run. I never played it, but I knew it was huge. It's Temple Run! Congratulations, Plem. Can we mod Plem? Someone's earned themselves a mod in. Alright, here we go. What does this mean? Is this new? What's this? What does it mean when you do this? Bayonetta? It could be. It could be. Bayonetta. It makes sense. It means I love you in ASL. Oh, that's nice. Even when you do it sideways. Looks FMV. The original Bayonetta was like... When was it? Like Wii era? Xbox era? Xbox 360 era? Or something like that? This has got loads of bloom. Very bloomy. I can't tell if it's in-engine or FMV. This looks FMV. But this bloom here looks in-engine. The PS3 era smear all over it. Yeah. Looks FMV. This looks FMV. Well, I don't... Not a lot of games have FMV. Like that alone. FMV is one of the more expensive things to make, so most games don't get any. How come you're using American Sign Language, Lambda Girl? Unless you are an American person, in which case that makes perfect sense. One year I did learn I learned quite a bit of BSL and I just forgot it all. I just didn't retain it. But I figure as long as I learn my alphabet, I can write like I can sign like a child at someone if I need to. I remember Tiger. The one that I always remember is that BSL thank you is you do a downwards thing from your chin. And the alphabet, which even though I'm patchy on now. And there was another one I knew. Thank you's just the only one I've stuck with. It's this. I'm going to say it's a Japanese game. Sure. This hand glove sleeve thing gives me, you know, Japanese character designer. Should we just try Bayonetta? Like, it's a good guess. What are we even looking at here? Are these speaker cabs in the background? And then we've got like a detached sleeve that goes into a glove. And then is that a tribal tattoo thing? Is that like, is that green thing some hair? So yeah, we could be in Rock Band or something. Could also be Mortal Kombat. I don't think it's Mortal Kombat. No, I think these are speakers. I think we're in a music game. Guitar Hero. Aren't these speakers? Big bass cabs here and these little circles you get on speakers. Brutal Legend. It's something like that. Yeah, Rock Band. Yeah, if it's speakers, then this is. I think the original Guitar Heroes were too early to have, you know, the sleeve look crinkled. Rock Band came a bit later and tried to look a little nicer. So it could be a Rock Band. I'm trying Rock Band. I don't know now. It's a music game, though. That's going to say Break, I think. Could also say Freak. Reek? I don't think it'll be Reek. Streak! That makes a lot of sense. Streak. That makes... But it's a rhythm game. We're dealing with a music rhythm game. Could it be Guitar Hero? DJ Hero? Hang on, let's have a put in DJ. DJ Hero 2009? DJ Hero 2010? DJ Hero 2? We try DJ Hero. It's DJ Hero! See, the game's fun. The game's just a fun time. Look at that. We extrapolated from patterns in the background. You worked out it was Streak while I was adamant it was Break. Now we're gaming. Now we're gaming. What the fuck is this symbol? Okay, what could this be? This looks like nonsense to me. This can't be passed. This is just colours. Lemmings? Tell me more. I'm not getting Lemmings from this, and I think the original Lemmings was like DOS, but even then, even like early DOS, wasn't it? I'm not seeing Lemmings. I even think the pixel density is too high for Lemmings, is what I was trying to say. Yeah, Lemmings have green hair, white skin, and blue clothes. I can't make heads or tails of this. Yeah, I think it could be part of the UI. It could also be if the game... I don't know. The game could involve a grid of some kind, but I can't say more than that. Populous? I've played Populous, and I don't think it's Populous. I had Populous on the PS1. I wanted to like Populous. The density, yeah, I'm baffled by it. I'm annoyed by it. I don't even have a starter guess. Looks like stained glass. Yeah, should I put in the name of a church? Disco Elysium? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, Call of Duty. No, I don't know what they mean by the density mismatch. Church Hero? Someone should do that. I haven't seen a game about giving a sermon. Bet it's some kind of RPG fantasy sort of thing. But I know my RPG fantasies. They're not psychedelic like this. They're normally greens and browns. Oh, he's an archer. Golden Sun. It looks like the little symbols on Golden Sun. He's an archer. This is the bow. This is the face. This is the hand holding the bow up to the camera. And then that's the bow. And then that's a person. Maybe you'd all figure that out. To me, I just couldn't pass out the symbol. It's an archer. It reminds me of Golden Sun. Golden Sun has little symbols. Though I don't think it is Golden Sun. That has a certain anime illustration to its symbols. I'm going to try it, though. We owe ourselves a zoom out just for learning that it's an archer. It's Golden Sun! It's not archery. I think they're holding up a magic bell, and that's like power and stuff coming out of it. I haven't played Golden Sun since I was a literal child. I haven't played Golden Sun since it was 2001 and I had a Game Boy Advance. That's insane that I got that. That's insane. From the actual recesses of my memory. A single menu item. You know, I don't understand how memory works. How can I remember that when I can't remember things that happened last week? I wish I had manual control over my memory. I'd probably scoop some of these out. Yeah, I talked myself out of it. I was thinking about a different menu thing. Also, this looks like some kind of upscaled thing. It looks horrible. Look at the upscaling. It's like an AI upscaled image. Yuck. I never even continued with it. I never even played Golden Sun 2. It ends on a cliffhanger, and I never even followed it on. But I think the series got cut off. Did Golden Sun wrap up? Did it wrap up the story? Did it just get cancelled? Whoever's emulating GBA games like this, someone needs to have a tap on your shoulder and just have a quiet word with you. This ain't it, my friends. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's fully brown. We're underground. Here's a bit of a wall. Tomb Raider. I saw a video yesterday of people who remember everything. There are apparently 10 people in the world confirmed to be able to do this. They would test by asking questions like, which days did I train in January 1985? And they'd answer and it was correct. I have heard of this condition. I know that Tim Rogers, the video game YouTube guy, claims to have it, but maybe like a specific kind of it. Which I think is not that they remember like every date or anything. They just have recall of all the perceptual information they've ever had coming in. It sounds like it messes you up. I'm sort of glad not to have that, but at the same time, normal memory is not great either. Normal memory is very reliable. John, have you ever read his story about... He's got some old writing somewhere, and he does a story that's sort of about living with it. Not a story, I guess, sort of an autobiographical essay. It's pretty good. Yes, exactly, Lambda. That's kind of what the writing I was just mentioning kind of turns on. The worst days in your life never seem to fade away in the same way. And I have heard, and I'm not going to say this is like is a truism, and I don't think it's as simple as this, but with people with aphantasia, people who can't picture things in their mind, they have a diminished relationship with visual memory, and so certain bad events are kind of stored differently and maybe are less visceral to remember because they're remembered more as facts rather than perceptual memory. But I think that can't quite be as simple as that. But memory's a strange thing. It boils down to that. That's all I'm saying. Tomb Raider. Should I just put Tomb Raider in? Yeah, I've heard. Have you heard that smell is the sense most associated with memory? So if you have a strong, distinctive smell while experiencing something, you're more likely to remember it. But I also have a memory from when I must have been about 9 or 10. And I remember my mom was telling me something about memory. And I thought, I wonder if I can remember this door. We were walking home from somewhere, from school or something. And I was going, I wonder if I can commit this door to memory. And I still remember the door, and I still remember exactly where it is. It was like a green door and a front garden. It had a little gnome in it. And I could walk you exactly to where that door is. I don't know if it's still there. And I just committed it to memory for what's now been 26 years. I don't know how to get rid of it now it's in there. Maybe that's because you're always smelling the same smells, Martine. I read an account of the, you know, the mythological salamander, the kind of the people used to believe that salamanders were made of fire, but really it's because they're cold-blooded and they just go to hot places. And there was a sort of a mythological lizard called the salamander. But there was a story of a family in like medieval Europe who their fire went out and they found the salamander underneath. And the dad, struck the child in the face in order to ensure the child would remember seeing the salamander by associating it with a strong physical trauma. And I thought, that's mad. He was scared that the child wouldn't remember what was the most magical day they've ever experienced. So he hit him. I don't know. It would work, but you're really weighing up, like... you're really weighing up what it does to the child there. Hello, Baldy. What do you remember, Baldy? When I was doing my GCSEs, I tried to use a specific perfume while revising to associate the smell with the information, and then spray it on before the exam to help recall the info. Oh, it doesn't work. I don't know where this smell thing comes from. I think that's a strong strat. Like, it doesn't hurt you. I'm putting Tomb Raider in. Oh. That wasn't the wall of an old temple. These are posters. Half-Life 1? Could be. Any more takers? Resident Evil? Resident Evil 1 it wouldn't be. And 2 I can't quite picture where this would be. Wouldn't be in the police station. Wouldn't be in the sewers. Couldn't picture where it'd be in 3 either. I don't know. I don't know if it is Resident Evil. See, Martine, these are the right hacks. These are like reliable hacks that work. Like cheating. Looks like something spooky. I don't think it's Psychonauts. But I know I'm just poo-pooing. I can't just poo-poo forever. One of these days I've got to write something in the box. Psychonauts is really wacky and there's lots of weird architecture. It's a bit Tim Burton-y. Posters on a wall isn't smacking of it, you know? Is that Hong Kong sort of GTA? What's the Hong Kong GTA? Stray Dogs. This is Stray Dogs. Apparently it's not real, this game, Stray Dogs. I've heard of it though, so I feel like it must be. Sleeping Dogs. I mean, I'll try it. Like any game that just will have... Oh, hang on, yeah. That looks like a Chinese character. There's someone who's supposed to be learning Mandarin for Friday. I mean, it doesn't actually look like any specific Chinese character, but it looks like a character, you know? That. Oh, a little zombie fella, a little guy. There's a little doodad, right? That's probably a little alien guy that bites you. This guy will probably bite you. Could be that Martian alien game. What was that Martian alien game? Silent Hill? I mean, it could just be Silent Hill. Silent Hill 1 you're thinking of, right? Yeah, but it's not anything else. I don't know. If it's a Japanese game, I don't know. If it's stylized, it could be like Chikara, which means strength. It doesn't look like anything, though, in particular. Let's try Silent Hill. Those little guys on the floor remind me a little bit of Silent Hill. Yes! We're doing it. We're doing it. We're living. We're breathing. Okay. Are any games set in the ocean? Does anyone know? Is it The Little Mermaid? Octodad's set on the land. It's golf with friends? Okay. Golf with friends. And remember, Popper, if you're wrong... Very good. Oh, it's got a hat on. Really good. You could call that a hole in one. Oh, here we go. I haven't got a clue. What do you think? I don't think that was actually a pun. There was no wordplay involved. Maybe it just technically was a pun. Another world? Nah. I don't think it looks right for another world. You're thinking in the right way, though. Why is it like Solid Snake? To me, this looks like a man in a robe. I think this is a wizard. There's their staff, right? Staff there. And then there's their cloak and stuff. Yeah, Another World has this very distinctive look to it. I can't think of a pixel game that would have a wizard walk away from you. Sword and Sorcery, that has a very distinctive look as well, though. If it's the thing I'm thinking, let me just refresh my memory of what Sword and Sorcery looks like. Sword and Sorcery. Oh, no, I wasn't thinking of this at all. Sword and Sorcery refers to all kinds of things. But you were thinking of the same pixel game I was, right? Sword and Sorcery pixel art. What's the pixel game? Yeah, this. Is this what you were thinking of? Because this is what I was thinking of. Open image in new tab. But look at the pixels here. They don't look like people. They're not. It's not that. Like this guy's shaded out. Yeah, it could be a point and click. It reminds me slightly of the art style in Hobbs Barrow. But I just don't think this happens in Hobbs Barrow. But it's that, I think it's that kind of like pixel art that tries to stylize less and have more depth and shading, and the kind of modern pixel art where there's no limit on the amount of colors, that sort of thing. But I don't know what game it is, so that's as far as I can take us. Are we defeated? Are we dead? Are we gone? Are we done? Dead, killed, destroyed. Yeah, it is, John. Almost. Well, it depends. If that person's gone there to cast an interesting spell, it could be a key part of the story. But you're right. This game tends to give you a bit of background info. Either you know the game or you don't. So we should just put one of the guesses in. Joe and Mac, Caveman Ninja. Hello, Gym Reception. We're playing a little bit of Zoom Out, and we're doing pretty well. Or at least we were up until this one. This one's the end of us. I don't think it's Loom, but it feels loomy. I'm putting Loom in. We need something. 1990. I think this is modern. I don't think it is Hobbs Barrow, but it's that kind of modern pixel art. Hobbs Barrow's not even real now. Yeah, start smelling. What you need to do is every time you play a game, you've got to smell something new. This is what we were thinking, Jim. I'll try it because you're the second person to say it, but I don't think it is this. I think that's really stylized. I don't know what it is. With the Discworld games? It doesn't matter. If I write Hobbs Barrow, it can auto-complete to any word that's in there. Early 3D? I don't think it's early 3D. I think this is just all pixel art, layered. I think it's worth trying Discworld. You think it's actually 3D? What, do you think that guy's billboarded? Oh, okay. What if it's what was the early Elder Scrolls called? What was the early Elder Scrolls called? Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. Could it be Daggerfall? Daggerfall is what I'm thinking of. Shall I put? Do you think there's a chance it's Daggerfall? Look at the buildings. It could be Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. I'm not gleeping, Bird. Should I? Bird, you've been on a podcast and you didn't tell us. I had to find out from TikTok. I want to try Daggerfall. Daggerfall's all on the same plane? This is more or less on the... So you can't go up a hill in Daggerfall? What, it's a super flat? How did you find it, Bird? I've listened to some clips from it. The ones that you posted. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I might. I think it's tolerable. Yeah, I tolerate my friend Bird. I do it all the time. Well, no one's successfully stopping me. It's not. It's not this. It is 3D. It is 3D. What's this here? This could be a dragon. Look, there's a tail. That could be a bit of a claw. That's really good, Fluff. That's such a great question. Did it have to be cut for time, Bird, or were you saying horrible things? Were you saying cancelable material? Should we try Turok? Turok has dragons in it. It is, it's Turok! I successfully identified that it had a dragon, but then who the heck is this? Why is there a little wizard back here? Did Turok have wizards in it? You know they're going to put dinosaurs into Dwarf Fortress. That was fun. We did it. Really good gnome. Hell yeah, let's go. Garage. Oh, come on. Garage is real. It was lost media, but someone discovered it. Well, I don't know then. The thing about podcasts is, in an ideal world, the podcast creators can give the guests a cut to like look over and make sure they're happy with what they said. But there's never really time. So you just have to have a conversation. At the end of it, be like, what did I even say? I didn't think to record a copy of it. And then you just wait and then what you do, it comes out and you don't listen to it because you're scared of hearing your own voice. That looks like FNAF. FNAF sounds right. Surely it's FNAF. I've never played FNAF, but surely that's FNAF. Okay, it's one of the 5. It's one of the FNAFs. It's FNAF 3. Great work, Bird. You're in touch with everyone. Oh, Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress Classic? No, Team Fortress 2. What the fuck? Peggle! It's Peggle. It's Peggle Extreme. Okay, there we go. That's cruel. Can I just say that's cruel? Now we're gaming. I'd love to live here. I could live here. One tree, dense urban housing. That's what the future looks like. Some of you can't handle it because you're wedded to this idea of the British semi-detached. This is the future of housing right now. Big old grey block, a single big satellite dish on top, and one tree. I'd live here in a heartbeat. I want to live in the Eastern Bloc. Gabriel Knight 3? Yeah, why not? Why not? The only thing that will be wrong with this guess is that it's wrong. Wow, look, I would live here. Big block, one tree. That's the future. Future is Glen Rothers. Nothing wrong with Glen Rothers, is there? I rely on you, Baldy, to tell me. Where did I go? Let me check my map. I got on the train, got lost, and I ended up in... where was I? I accidentally went to Kirkcaldy for the afternoon. Great. Seemed all right. Saw some of Ravenscraig Castle. It was nice. Is that all right? Kirkcaldy, sorry. You're just never going to let me be English, are you? Oh no, Sean. See that? Okay, that's the last I talk about Scotland then. You had your chance. I then I went to a bit of look nice, and even that's wrong. Can't even enjoy Kirkcaldy these days. Did you go to the Links Market? I don't think. I wasn't supposed to be there, so I didn't do any kind of like considered wandering. I just like that they're all near the beach on that line. I used to live in a 60s brutal social housing block in East London. Had it had any money spent in the 60s, it would have been amazing. Yeah. Anything that's been slightly renovated or upkept. I love these blocks, and I really would like us. There was I don't know how it's happened in the 60s, which feels like a million years ago. There was this belief in like dense urban housing that was considered very forward thinking, and now we think it looks really ugly and we don't want it, but at the same time we've got a massive housing market crash. Not crashing, it's actually doing very strong. That's the problem. There's just a housing availability crisis. I just want us all to live in these. I thought the Netherlands, everywhere I saw in the Netherlands had it sorted, where like these were more normalized. People just lived in these things, and a lot of them have to be mixed use. So some of them are private and some of them are council. You don't end up with this. I've seen mixed use zoning all over Europe, and it's just obviously the way to go. So you can't have a place where it's like, here's where we put everyone who's unemployed, and here's where everyone else lives over here. It causes this sort of segregation based on some kind of economic tiering. Just stick fucking everyone in these big grey flats. Do it now. Everyone in a grey flat with one tree. Everyone can look at one tree a day. Sorry. I should have said this is a political stream. Only come here. You might think this place is to talk about shooting guns, but actually it's a politics stream. What's next? What else do we think it is? I actually don't have a clue. This is Europe, right? This is mainland Europe. People have said Gmod, Gary's mod. That sounds right. Someone's made a Gary's mod of East Germany. Yes! Very good. That's so Gary's mod. Okay, what game do you have an ally in? Can anyone think of a game where you've got an ally? We need to introduce third spaces. Here's what I'm thinking. No third spaces. But huge blocks of flats. And you live entirely within the block of flats. And you only socialize with the people who live in that block of flats. And your job is in the block of flats. I think that would go well. Ally McBeal the game? Is everyone saying Ally McBeal the game? Ally McBeal? I tried it. Ally McCoist? So you want archaeologies? No, I'm inventing that place from that author. No, Mono knows who I'm referencing. No, he doesn't. He thinks I'm like Judge Dredd. I'm talking about that author. Hang on. Author who did a book about everyone lives in a big block of flats. J.G. Ballard, High Rise. I'm doing a High Rise reference, actually. The film of that I didn't like at all. I was being high art. I'm elevated. I was referencing literature, actually. That's archaeology, isn't it? This is a broadsheet stream. Thank you. Bloody hell. Now, was there an Ally McBeal game? Okay, let's go back. What is this? What game is this? Not all literature is inherently high art. Most of it isn't. I think Shakespeare was a bit of an idiot, to be honest. But, you know, it's on the curriculum. What could I do? What would you put on the curriculum? What would you put on the curriculum to teach everyone? Because we all learn, obviously, if you grew up in a different country or a different time, probably different stuff. But what books and stuff did you learn in like GCSEs? What bits of art became mandatory to get through the schooling system? How taxes work. Yeah, but I meant like what films and books. But yeah, how taxes work, how to send an actual email, not one of these for whom it may concern. Sorry, we're not writing our emails like letters. Are they teaching real kids how to write a normal email. And Inspector Calls. To be fair, Inspector Calls wasn't too bad. I didn't need Of Mice and Men. I don't know what they were doing teaching Of Mice and Men to 14, 15-year-olds. You'd put it on the syllabus? The Crucible, you'd put that on the syllabus? When, in between primary school and secondary school, we were told, like, to prepare for secondary school, why don't you write a book report? And my mom was like, you should do that. Make a good impression. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. No one's going to, it's optional. No one's going to do it. And mom was like, you should do it. You're going to secondary school. You're going to write a book report on To Kill a Mockingbird. And I was like, okay. And I spent my summer, not the whole summer, I read To Kill a Mockingbird and I wrote this long essay on To Kill a Mockingbird, like give to my English teacher on my first day of secondary school. And no one else did it. And the English teacher never marked it and it never got looked at. And then like a few months later, I'm like, what happened to that? And he went, I don't know. Why did I do that? I don't think it'll be all your base that belong to us, mainly because that I've played Zero Wing and the font is yellow. It's like a orange yellow. Then we did Flowers for Algernon. I don't even know that one. Is that good? What would you put on the syllabus? What would I put on the syllabus? Can I show you a book I got recently? I'll show you a book that I got. I bought a manga. I haven't been buying books in ages because I had an e-reader for a while. But I got really interested in Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko. Yokohama shopping log. Does anyone know this? Do anyone know this one? We got any Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko fans in? No one really does. It's one of the greats, though. It's one of the greats. It's from the 90s, and they only ever made it never became an anime or anything. That they tried twice with 2 sets of OVAs, but it never really got picked up. But it only got its official English translation in 2022. So even though it's like over 22 years, like 25 years old, it's only just been translated. And it's really nice. Pitch it to us. It's kind of like a cozy apocalypse about ephemeral melancholy moments. That's how I'd pitch it. It's the world is ending, but slowly due to rising sea levels, and people are moving out. And an android has been entrusted to look after a little cafe that no one comes to. And the only people that are around are old people who are like, why move? I'll be dead soon. Doesn't matter. And she's just seeing the world sort of winking out slowly and finding it very moving. And that's all that happens over chapters and chapters and chapters. No, they're just moving to other places. I think the population is diminishing and the seawaters are rising. That's it. It's just a lovely, meditative, calm story. What are their powers? What are whose powers? She's got a moped. That's her power. Oh, and someone gives her a camera. Someone gives a camera, so she decided that she's going to take some nice pictures. It's really good. It's really good. I don't know stories only a lot of Japanese manga or like Japanese micro storytelling have really captured this kind of slice of life, no jeopardy storytelling style that I don't see in the West very much. There's no jeopardy, there's no drama. Just sometimes the sun goes down and she starts to cry. Incredible. That's as good as it gets. All right, who's our ally? Oh, well, John, the reason I even know about this in the first place, there's a website. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. But it shows you manga that's been translated and lets you flip between the two languages. So you could just do A-B comparisons to try and learn that way. When I was growing up, my mum tried to teach me Italian learning Muzzy tapes. Does anyone get Muzzy? I know I've spoken to one person here about Muzzy. Is it spelled like this? Muzzy? Probably not. Language. Yeah, Muzzy. Did anyone get forced to do Muzzy as a kid? Does anyone know Muzzy? Have I played Password? No. Should I? Did you do Muzzy, Phil? What did you do? What did you get muzzied for? You did Spanish Muzzy. We probably had similar parents. In both French and then later Italian. It doesn't sound good today, yeah. So Muzzy it was a film made for children, and but it's a film where there is jeopardy in a story, but it largely pauses so that people can say the name of every possible fruit. Or people could say a lot of conversational phrasebook stuff in a really scripted way. And then the idea is that you get the kids to watch it. Because you know how kids love to watch something over and over and over again? You get them watching it. And when they want to watch it over and over and over again, after a while, you just switch to a different language. And the idea being is like, well, they already know what all of this is in English. So now they're getting it in a different language. God, I love to watch Muzzy. I should watch Muzzy. It was a BBC thing. That makes sense. Muzzy must have been big, though, because I'm always meeting people who grew up with Muzzy. Well, they're probably not. It's probably a collector's edition now. I don't think it cost that at the time. Battlefront, did you say? Sorry, I'm pinging around a little bit. Battlefront? No, it's not Star Wars Battlefront. I think we're in the sky. I think we're a spaceship. I think we're flying. It was before your time, Crispin. Tons of other kids I know did Muzzy, but you're a bit younger than me, aren't you, Phil? I didn't really know anyone else doing Muzzy when I was a kid, but also I didn't make friends until I was like 12, so how would I? Titanfall 2? No, Muzzy wasn't a school thing, or at least with me. My mum got it. My mum had grand visions for me. This was a thing that they convinced parents to do. I will probably get muzzied at the same time, but I was a bit older, huh? Muzzy was a school thing for you, huh? Ace Combat? Sure. Ace Combat 2? It's not an Ace Combat 2, but it is Ace Combat. All right. Ace Combat, this one? I don't like when it says it's just one in the series. I don't know. I'm just going to click all of them randomly. This looks like Xbox 360. So... Oh, no, it can't be. It has to be Ace Combat 7. There we go. Great. Yeah. I don't know why my mom picked Italian. The thing is, she's always wanted to learn Italian. And that's fine. But like, I don't see the logic of being like, and therefore my child should learn it. I just think it's kind of not an obvious one to teach your child. They don't offer Italian in a lot of schools because it's, of the European languages, Italy doesn't really, it's quite further away than France and Spain and Germany. Anyway, that's the dulls. What would you teach your child? Spanish. I think Spanish or German. Maybe French. Maybe Chinese. Kindness, bird. Can we mod pin? I teach my child English? Not first, though. The thing is, you don't need to teach the child English. It'll figure that out. You need to hit them hard with Chinese when they're really little, when they've got maximum plasticity. Then you know the Chinese will stick, you know? All right, should we game? It's gaming time. What? How's? Oh yeah, I did say that. I was about to question where you'd got that from, but I did literally say it. So that's how they get you, I suppose. All right, let's game. This is a gaming stream. I make no bones about it. I'm here to game. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna pin password. I forgot all about it, but I've become in a gaming mood. But it's going. I've got a folder of the dulls. It will go right at the bottom, where I keep the most exciting dulls. Thank you, Becca Bix, for the suggestion, and apologies, I forgot it straight away. Captain's so up with games. Captain knows every game that's come out. Here we are in this luxurious canyon. We have our bag. Long journey, sleepless night. All that matters now is finding it and seeing her. Who's her? A person? Could be. Yeah, Captain knows the gimmick, but I'm not going to tell anyone else. They'll figure it out. I got hit with a lot of Who's She, the cat's mother, growing up. But did anyone else get hit with this one? Did anyone else get hit with How Now Brown Cow? Because I can't make sense of that one at all. Okay, throw grapple claw. And then shift and space to pull up. Do we know How Now Brown Cow? I couldn't move for How Now Brown Cow growing up. And even then, I'm not even clear what it means. I got hit with Hays for horses? That's fine. You must have been saying hay a lot, huh? Thing is, right, I would learn my lesson from some of these phrases if they had a clear didactic purpose. But How Now Brown Cow? I'm like, what? The message isn't really embedded in the phrase, you know? How Now Brown Cow's not a quirky greeting. You say it as a reprimand to a child. It exists alongside the other phrases. It tells the child they've done something wrong. It's just not very clear about it. Oh yes, we want that. Looks like none of you grew up with How Now Brown Cow. You don't know. You don't know about it. That's fine. You can just say I don't know. How do I go down? I've got to like abseil down, right? Is it shift? Can I shift down? Maybe I don't understand how to use this. Maybe I've come too low too quickly. I just want to... No. No, it's not a twister. Aha. Control slice down the rope. Okay. Hang on. Excuse me. I'm just going to look up How Now Brown Cow. How Now Brown Cow meaning. It's a nonsense idiom used primarily as a teaching tool in elocution to demonstrate the pronunciation of rounded fowl. Okay, well, my nan's just a bit mad then. My nan used to say, How Now Brown Cow to me all the time, but she used to say it like, if I was complaining about something, she'd go, oh, how now, brown cow? And I was like, what do you mean? Turns out she didn't mean anything. Oh, well. Okay. I mean, that answers that, I guess. Yeah, Mona was right, and my nan was wrong. Well, that's fine. You know, someday you've got to learn that your man's fallible. My nan's really fallible these days. She's like 95. She's probably the most fallible person I know. She can't understand if a television show has a flashback. She just doesn't follow what's happening. Like, television is just complicated for her now. Was she not implying that you were just talking bollocks? Ah, maybe she did mean something after all. All right. I can still believe in the golden era of my nan being a coherent person. Okay, there's a limit how far I can grapple down. There we go. Beautiful. Has she had any more cheese? No. No, she hasn't. She's missed the boat, she thinks. And maybe you do hit an age where if you've not eaten cheese, that's it, you know? Like, maybe that is how it is. You've got up until a certain age to eat cheese. What age do you think you'll be at when you stop trying new foods? Like, has anyone sensed that age has made them closed-minded in any way? Like, do you think it'll come for you? It seems to have come, at least in some degree, to every other generation. Are we immune? Yeah. That's exactly where I want to be. 87? No. Do you think you'll last that long? At uni, the Scottish and Northern Irish students were forever shouting phrases that we thought each other pronounced funny. Power shower and purple burglar alarm. Yeah, okay, of course. My grandparents like to say, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your tanty, just for fun. But because I only really heard any version of the phrase from them, that's the default. Yeah, that makes sense. I've become closed-minded towards computer. That's fair. In what sense? I think there's a few things that could mean. Whoa. Okay, here's friend. And we are going to avoid friend. Okay? There's friend. We actually don't like friend. Maybe a more accurate word for friend is enemy. And we avoid enemy. Tanty Blair, yeah? Is that what we want to call the friend? Wasn't cheese part of rationed food in World War II? How'd she avoid it? What do you mean? Oh, I see. She is Irish. That's how she avoided it. That was the biggest way to get out of... They came to England in the 50s. So it was all sorted then. She has tried pizzas though. This is a confusing thing when I'm like, what about like lasagna and stuff? And she'll be like, oh, I've had things with cheese in it. But she hasn't had stuff where the cheese is exposed. Like she's never had a cheese sandwich. She's never had like, she'd never eat cheese on a stick. She's had things with cheese in it. It gets a bit complicated because we're going to go into... You hate cheese sandwiches? Look, I know there's... Here's me being... Let me be closed-minded with the full acknowledgement that that's what it is. It's me not acknowledging other people's experiences. But there are certain foods when people say they don't like them. I can't help myself. And even if I don't say it out loud, I just say, you've probably not found the right one. Like, you've not had a nice one. And I'm thinking it when Preston... Oh, flip. I thought it when Preston said about cheese. I also think when some people say, I don't like egg, I think, you mustn't have had a nice egg. We'll find you a nice egg. I've had the longest conversation with someone who said they don't like egg. And I went... Me and maybe two other people went, what about this kind of an egg? And I went, yep, tried that, don't like it. But what about this kind of an egg? Yep, try that, don't like it. How's the sound? Can you hear the clickety-clacketing of Tony Blair? By the way, oh no! Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's actually quite generous. I need to get some healing. I think these little fires are healing. Yes. Can I get through? Can you let me through somewhere? I think that's healing and that these things are saves. Yum. I like cakes, but I still think they're a bit gross. Food is gross. You're putting... Have you seen inside your esophagus? It's rank in there. It looks like it's rotting. Like, eating is mad. Do you know how mouths are always wet and that's really gross? Like, even now, being forced to think about it, it's like repulsive how wet my mouth is. But then if I let it dry out, I'm going, this is uncomfortable. Like, you can't actually win. And then I was thinking about Gregor's Samsa and when he turned into a beetle. Do beetles salivate? Because he could have been drier. He could have had a drier mouth. So in one sense, less gross than ever. I don't mind my mouth being wet. You don't think wet holes, though, is a bit unappealing? Like in the abstract. I think they discharge mucus? Really? Beetles? Fuck off. Oh, fuck. I got scared. Okay, we can do that. We can do it. Tonti scared me a bit. I would imagine Gregor would have a wet mouth, but where are you getting that from? I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be aggro, but is that just your imagination, or is it backed up with by solid entomology? You know, I'm just asking questions. It's a prank. I'm just asking questions. We're wet holes all over, aren't we? Speak for yourself. I've only got a handful of moist orifices. Sometimes you can just tell when a sentence is going to go in the randomizer. My dentist told me I had to get replacement saliva spray because my mouth is too dry. Well, you're not producing enough saliva. Wow. Because of my sleep apnea problems, I've been sleeping with the most insane stuff in my mouth for approaching half a year now. And it's brutal. They either make your mouth more... I've been sleeping with different kinds of plastic in my mouth, essentially, through a series of experiments that have lasted since December. And either a foreign object being in your mouth makes you salivate excessively or dries out your mouth utterly. Pores aren't holes. I'm glad someone said it. I knew we were heading in that direction. I think I'd be okay if I got Gregored. I just thought the saving grace would be that it would dry you out, you know? Where the flip do I go from here? Where's Tonti? Oh, I think Tonti resets right the way to the top when you respawn, so you get a bit of a reprieve from Tonti clowning on you. Yeah, okay. No, that's bad. I've got to go back up. The last thing you want to be forced to do. Oh, there's a save and a heal. And now pull me up, pull me up, pull me up, pull me up, pull me up. Come on, Tonti. I can't get over there. I fucked it. Huh. Okay. I'd hit the open mics. Are you on the CPAP train? I'm not. I'm on a waiting list. I'm doing over-the-counter stuff. I'm doing weird experiments with jaw and tongue placement. Although if anyone ever wants to talk to me about sleep apnea stuff, my big thing is all this jaw stuff, forget about it. It's all about the tongue. At least it is for me. Maybe you have a different physiognomy to me. Although I looked up the word physiognomy the other day, it doesn't mean quite what I thought it does. I think it's like a phrenology word. I think it's like a race science word. Whereas I just thought it meant like the composition of your body, which of course is what the race scientists are talking about. Thank you, Bungle Clungus. The metaphysics of holes is far from a settled question. My tongue's always felt a bit too big for your mouth. Try sticking it out, and then it won't be in your mouth. I know that sounds mad, but sometimes solutions are actually really simple. Okay. So you need to like pick a destination and then think thoughtfully. I think I'm incapable of thinking thoughtfully. I've thought badly. Okay, I've thought foolishly. Oh, but I can get there. If you just want someone to rub your head, Beckabix, I think there are easier ways than being diagnosed as like an ignoramus by like a 70-year-old member of the Freud family. Yeah, I think I can do this. I think I can even do this. Okay, well, I've broken my legs, but I did do it. This is sort of tough. What about if I were to do this? Well, I can't. There's the problem. Oh! It's good. It's a good, scary game. Yeah, you got your CPAP. How long did it take you to wait? It was scary, wasn't it? It was good. I like that it's not a scripted jump scare. It just literally is just wandering over to you. That's quite nice. How were you before Gnome and after? I'd love to hear like your experiences with it. Okay, I can't afford to just run around in a circle. By the way, if you like the look of this, this is free on itch. I had to wait for about a year or so. That's how long every important intervention to someone's life takes. 1 year. And then you had to do a sleep study, right? And then they were like, oh God, the things that you were telling me, we now independently confirm. And did you have to pay for it? Or did they cover the cost of the CPAP? I don't know my basics. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. It's not free anymore. I mean, I'll probably still pay. I think the benefits, I'll probably pay anything, to be honest. They could put any price tag on it. Well, hang on. If it's not free anymore, what's the point of going through the NHS then? They must subsidise it. They must subsidise it, otherwise why bother going through the NHS? But I've seen the costs of going private with them. They're very expensive. They're hundreds. Oh, sorry, we're having cross purposes. Yeah, okay. Idols of Ash was free. We're not talking about the price of CPAPs and the price of the game. I got very crosswires. Okay, I only got a little bit bitten. Okay, well, it's very, very cheap. Oh, it's pretty good. How are my ears? What do you mean? Oh, because my ears were clogged. They sorted it. But I didn't. I was, in fact, looking into booking an appointment to get them waxed. I really didn't want to get them waxed because... Can I just say it? Can I just say why I don't want to get them waxed? I'm a wickle baby. I'm a wickle baby and I don't like anything that hurts me. But it just cleared itself out. That's all you talk about for months. Yeah, I couldn't hear it out of my ears. It's distracting. You don't like wet holes. Earwax isn't wet. If it was wet, it'd be fine. I just lick it up. I just suck it up with my straw. I swear it's fine. Do you know what happened to me? Do you know? I know every time someone goes to a doctor, there's something to complain about. But when I first went to the doctor saying I've got sleep apnea, the thing they said is, oh, you don't want to get a CPAP. It's brutal. And I'm like, it's brutal? What do you mean? I haven't heard that it's brutal. What are you talking about? And they just didn't elaborate. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do my best to try and use any intervention before I even think about the CPAP then, because my doctor told me it's brutal. But then every person I've spoken to who's got a CPAP is like, I don't know what he was talking about. CPAP's like maybe a bit fiddly, but it's not brutal. Thanks, Phil Time. I should have done the voice more. I think it's a fun voice to do. What's his name? Daniel Plainview. The oil is in the ground, but it might only be seepage. Oh, here's Tonti. I need to go and assay the ground to see if the oil is really in the ground. And if there is, then we will assay the spot. It's a great film. It's a great film. I couldn't get Jam to show an interest in it because the only thing I could say, some films you just don't know how to sell to people. You're like, it's a period drama, it's 2.5 hours long, and it's about a selfish oil baron. And he talks in a funny way, and I promise at the end he's got a great line about milkshake. I don't know how to make you feel like this is worth your time. I don't know how you'd sell it to someone, you know? Well, the thing is, I've done the mandibular adjustment. This is to know, just so we don't get any more wires crossed on what I'm talking about. Can I do something like this? You can. It breaks your arms a little bit, but you can do it. So I've done the mandibular advancement device, but then it stopped working. And now I'm using the tongue device, which actually is a lot better than the mandibles device. But they were, in their own way, brutal. They weren't pleasant at all. Oh, I've got to hook up. It is so good. I've just started watching because I watch. Oh my god! Just hook me up, bring me up. Okay, good. And then I forgot to hit flipping E on the fucking save. Okay. Get me to the save. I've started watching the Alex Garland film Men. Just because the plot synopsis seems so mad. Has anyone seen Men? You don't think it's good? I'm only 20 minutes in because I only watch my films in 20 to 25 minute bursts. Is it an oof? Should I stop watching it? I just like Rory Kinnear. I just wanted to see I've seen Rory Kinnear as a child. It's not great. Yeah, I literally, do you know what happened, Bert? I'll be I'm very honest on stream, and I won't be honest whenever any of us meet in person like this. On my stream, I feel like I'm in the confessional booth. I only know Alex Garland really through working with Danny Boyle on the 28 Days and Years stuff. But I know he's working on the Elden Ring film. And I like Elden Ring a lot. So I'm like, I need to get to grips with this guy. And so I thought what I'd do is I'll go and I'll find out his worst rated film and I'll watch that so I can find out how bad he can get. It's a bit themes and such. I felt very patronized when the woman ate an apple and then a man later went, oh, the forbidden fruit. And then later on, when it reveals that the themes are about gender politics, it showed the apple again. And I'm like, oh, right, it's a film for babies. It's a film for children. It's like Muzzy. Ah, Chauncey! Can you hear it as loud as I can hear it? Because it's actually doing my head in. Okay, ow. Only a minor ankle breakage. I'm going to have to go for gold here. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for bronze. Oh, it just didn't take, did it? I overshot with my hook. Yes, I'm thinking of watching Sunshine. I think that one's one Jam will watch. And we watched Sinners the other day, and it's very good. Loved Sinners. What else have I watched recently? What else did we watch? We've been watching loads of films lately. I haven't, because of my brain, I'm not very good with films because they're boring. Sorry for film lovers. Films feel like they take a long time, but they don't really. We watched Lady Bird. Yeah, we watched Sinners and Lady Bird over a weekend. I thought they were both really good. See, I think Lady Bird is who Rory Gilmore should have been. You know? Lady Bird's like the apex Rory Gilmore. Rory Gilmore does my head in. Oh, I just finished Stalker, darling. Do you want to talk about Stalker? I just finished Stalker. Honestly, I've got so much to say about Stalker. I'm just going to say it now. I didn't enjoy it, but that's because I didn't know what I was getting myself in for. I had completely the wrong expectation, and it fucked watching the film for me. I The only thing I know about Stalker is the games. And I know it sounds stupid. I know it's a really famous film, but I thought it would be more of a sci-fi. I won't say anything then, darling. I'll keep it even. Well, no, do you know what? I should, if you want this, darling, I came at it the wrong way with the wrong expectations. And without telling you much about the content, I could make sure that you don't make the same mistake I do. It's a lot. So this is your spoiler warning, but it's not like plot. It's just like tone and content. not plot content. Jesus, how do I explain myself? Yes, the real problem is I am watching these films mostly to do home cardio too. And so Stalker was killer because it took me over a week to get through it in chunks. And it's let's say it proceeds at a stately pace. I don't know. I found it a tough exercise. It's really slow, but also it's a lot more like a play. It almost it wasn't, as far as I know, but it feels like it was adapted for a play. It feels like it ought to be a play. No, go up. It's very slow, and just don't get excited for zone stuff. The zone really is there to frame character stuff. I might be wrong, and people can correct me, but I don't think the zone does anything. The zone is just a vague threat that something could happen, but it doesn't. But it's shot beautifully. It's shot really beautifully. The colors are wonderful. The direction is amazing. Every shot lasts 4 minutes, which is a bit challenging, honestly. But it is good, and I'll happily watch it again now that I know what it is. I just thought it would be a bit more sci-fi, and it would be like, wow, the zone. You know, I thought there'd be a bit more zone. I have to go. I hear Tonti. Okay. I'm going to break a bit of a leg, and then I'm going to... This game rules, can I just say? I'm so fearful. Tonti's coming. I have to go. No healing. Saves are good. Healing is not necessary. Have you watched Annihilation? I did watch Annihilation. I quite liked it. It didn't wow me, but I thought it was a perfectly serviceable thing that's on Netflix. I think I might watch Civil War next. What is this game falling down a well? Oh, there's a gimmick. It's up there. I don't want to show it to you because it scares me. I'm being chased by a giant centipede. It's up there somewhere. We've called it Tonti Blair. Civil War is bad? This is what worries me. There's a real 50-50 that Alex Garland's going to make a really strange... Elden Ring's a hard thing to adapt. Just for anyone. Ever. It's a hard thing to... Whoops. Wow! The game's got the juice. Yep. Gotta be careful. Good. I don't see a lot of choices here, though. Oh, healing. And, what are you supposed to be? I hear Tonti. Civil War made me give up on Alex Garland as the director. Oh, man. Do you know they're making a Bloodborne movie now? Oh, it looks like over here has some promising architecture here. But I don't see any save points, which for any newcomers are indicated by blue specks of light on the distance. It's a weird one. I think it's only just been confirmed. I don't know any of the details, but yeah, it's a game that like won't get re-released, is in kind of rights ownership hell, but is also being adapted, but no one can play the game. Let's hope that this means they will re-release the game in some form. It's mad how like a game with that much cult status has been just left to languish. Oh, I understand that, Crispin. The problem is I will die. Like that's not relevant to me. I will die. Oh, yes, it's Jacksepticeye, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. I mean, it might be fine. But let's just say never mind. For now, let's just write it off. Dying is part of the fun, Chris, but if I didn't die, where's the appeal? Oh, it's so dark, it's really hard to see at any kind of a distance where you can fall onto. I'm never getting to that save, and I can't really afford to try and go for the saves. Okay. New floor just dropped. I just dropped onto a new floor. Markiplier made a film. I don't really know who these people are, to be honest. They're all just names. Markiplier made a film based on another indie game, and it did okay, but it wasn't supposed to like stand toe to toe with blockbusters or anything. It did okay on its launch weekend, but I don't know the game and I don't know the guy. May I please? Great. So are they not going to give me any more save points? Are we done with that? Is that over? Now, co-producer doesn't mean anything. I mean, co-producer doesn't say much about the content then. Producers just stump up cash, if I understand right. I think I can do that. Oh, look, minor broken legs. Just a bad ankle. What do you... Bird, you have opinions on films. What do you think about the fact that they're adapting the back rooms? And do you hope that Slender Man will be in there? Tonti? Okay, there's the gimmick. Oh, it's going up. It's going down. It's going down. All right. No need for safety checks. Oh, I didn't have the leg for it. Is Kane Pixel a real person's name? No offense to Kane Pixel, I just assumed someone was joking. I think if there's an original sin... Well, hang on, I'm going to say a whole bunch of things. This is why I'm such a good streamer. Number one, I'm kind of annoyed at the new internet version of liminality because it seems to like no one actually... There was an original definition of liminality that came from like a Dutch anthropologist, but now it means like weird vaporwavy rooms, and we're never like... It feels like a word has been plucked out of the dictionary and made to mean something that we didn't need it to mean. Number two is, I think the original sin of the kind of storytelling around liminal spaces is putting a monster in there. Don't put a monster in there, that's my advice. We didn't need one. Means airports, offices, and 8 swimming pools now. Yeah, whereas... The thing is, there's something called a non-place, which is a concept created by the French sociologist Marc Auger, or Auger, which refers to a place in which everyone experiences briefly and anonymously. Those are your airports and your hotels, and I don't know, maybe Costa Coffee or whatever. But a liminal space... Liminality was described by a Dutch anthropologist in like, I don't know, over 100 years ago. And it was described as the space in between the dissolution of your old self and the recreation of your new self when undergoing an individual transformative ritual. You can consider the baptism to be part of these, or many like rites of adulthood. People go through rituals, and when people were looking for commonalities of the ritual, there's like the undoing of the old self and then the creating of the new self. And people got really interested in the space in between. And then theatre makers in particular got very interested in liminality. There was a big time when contemporary theatre in the UK They loved ritual. And so they talked a lot about liminality, which is why I know about it, because there was a small time when I tried to get a lot of funding by considering myself part of the theatre world. And it didn't really work because they always found out it was comedy and the Arts Council won't fund comedy. Although lately they have been sort of changing their attitude on it, but it has to be like comedy for the deaf, or, you know, comedy with sign language, or it has to have a very prominent social concern at the heart of it, which I understand. But at the same time, it imposes limitations. So anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, shouldn't have put a monster in it, honestly. Can't we just handle disquiet? Isn't disquiet the real monster? Monsters are like the end of horror. Horror stops once you've got a monster. Unless, crucially, there's a video game. If a video game has a monster in it, I will never stop being scared. I'm scared of Tonti right now. The worst thing about the trauma-related comedy stuff, and I can't go into any details here, but is when you've like known someone who have gone, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna talk about the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life, and I don't want to talk about this. And when you hear about it, you're gonna be like, oh my fuck, and it will like everyone will know this thing happened to me, and then they do that, and the show's great. And no one picks up on it, and no press comes, and they're like, fuck, I've just sort of forcibly come out as someone that this happened to let everyone I've met in the last 10 years, they all know now. And I sold it. I made a falsity impact and I got nothing. Nothing happened. It's just brutal. And the thing is, I don't even want to say what this person talked about because it would need like trigger warnings and stuff. It was horrible. And you're like, oh, you dredged all that up and you made a thing. And, you know, the problem is just, I've always, and I really am ricocheting around a lot, but I think what I'm going to say now is good. Whenever you're doing anything creative, you can't let yourself believe that you're entering into a meritocracy. There's some degree of meritocracy, I suppose, in that, like, I don't know, there are certain basic competencies you can have, but it's much better to believe you're like playing a kind of a lottery, and every good decision you can make, it just means you've got like an extra lottery ticket. You're playing the same lottery, but you've got like 3 tickets rather than 2 tickets. And so you can't ever put anything too precious on the line to play the lottery, because you're playing the lottery. You can't put your house savings on the line. You can't remortgage your house for the lottery. That's crazy. Oh God. No way, man. This is going to be the one. Well, the thing is, right, just to bring up friend of the stream, Sam Nicoresti, I remember her talking about, like, I'm going big on this one. I'm getting the producers, I'm getting everything. And I've always played it like, I'm very risk averse. So I'm always like, don't spend the house and the kitchen sink on your fringe run, because of what I'm talking about here, right? This kind of lottery based philosophy. You can't spend everything to play the lottery. That's crazy. That's what a gambling addict does. And so I was kind of just saying my normal spiel of like, well, just be careful, because, you know, you got to play the long game. It sounds like you're going all in on this one. You know, don't just try and just be careful, you know, don't moderate yourself, because you're going to have to take time off from your work for all of this and blah, 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 right? I gave my normal speech. Then she only went a bloody 1. And you just think, well, she's never going to be careful again in her life now. That's the end of caution. That's the end of it, you know. She'll never listen to reason again. But it does make me think maybe I'm a pessimist, you know. Maybe I should play the lottery. Maybe I should, and I think maybe I should gamble. I thought I'd be really good at stocks, you know. I've heard wonderful things about this company called Dell. I think she's just been nommed for the main award at Melbourne now. So, you know, some people just live big. Oh, Tonti's here. Well, I saw the name of the award. The name of the award sounded like it would be the main award, but I don't know. I don't know Melbourne. I'd love to do Melbourne one day. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared of going to Australia, full stop. But I think I'm definitely ruling out ever going to North America for anything. And I've done a bunch of comedy in Europe. It's very far away. I mean that's what gets me. It's very far away. No, it's not the spiders. It's not the spiders. No, I'm lying. It's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit. I was lying, but I know that it's irrational. I know that I'm not going to get out of the airport and see a spider. I'll probably be staying in hotels or like, you know, I'm not going to anywhere rural. I've probably told this story a lot, but when we were looking for our place in Amsterdam, I really got it into my head that it would be funny to live on one of the new artificial islands because they're still making islands around Amsterdam. They're dredging more land out of the river. Oh, flip! And there's a big one. Like I say, new, but like it takes decades to get this stuff done and sorted. Okay, called the Eiberg, and I said we should live in the Eiberg. It's all new. It's all shiny, and we'll be so close to the center. We're like this big bridge away from the center. And Jam didn't really want to do it for like really sensible reasons. But I wanted to do it. Are you stuck? Nope. Okay, forget it then. I've got to go. And the thing that... Oh! the thing that did it was because this island is so new. Because the island is so new, none of the trees they've planted have had time to... None of the trees they've planted have had time to grow. And because there are no trees, there's no birds. And because there's no birds, the spider population has gone insane. And because the spider population has gone insane, they're making webs all up along the high-rise flats that we were thinking of living in. And I saw a video someone put on like Instagram or something. And at first you're like, wow, it's really foggy out. And then you come closer, it's like, oh no, it's all cobwebs. They've cobwebbed the entire complex. And then I didn't, that's why we didn't live in Eiberg. And I think it would actually been a bit pricey. They're all like new fancy flats. I think I was just, sometimes I get a bit novelty build. You like spiders, do you, Lambda? That's fine. We can still be friends. Sounds incredible. We just live different lives, it sounds like. We just want different All right, I'm impatient. And I can't do all of that again from... No. Slow and steady is how you win. You never win with impatience. We don't play the lottery on our own legs. Don't know if that phrase quite works. Good. I can go a lot faster. I can leave Tonti in the absolute dust. Swing. Yes. Oh, no. Okay. But this time, I'm going to go fast. I'm going to go mega fast. It's nearly 10. I think I'll just go mega fast. Yeah, I'm getting good at this sort of thing, where you throw down and it latches, you know, when you're in the air. What if I like threw to here? Oh, this is Spider-Man. Wow. Okay, the game's opening up. This is how you play. Now we're Spider-Man-ing. This is how Albrock goes through museums. Okay, nice. Nicely. Oh, unnice. Unkind, unnice. Okay. We're doing the coward's abseil. Can I? Let down by my own rope. You mentioned me while I was typing the first time in the 9 minutes. I heard your index finger slapping down on the keys. I could sense you. Sorry, Albert. You're not immune from leaving vibrations in the ley lines. Do you think you could be friends with Sonic the Hedgehog, or do you think you do your head in? Oh, that's my alarm. That alarm's for taking the bins out. Oh, that was what unwise. Okay. But this time, I don't know. I've got a lot of friends with ADHD though. But you know, there are some people on the far end where if they can't sit still, I just don't think Sonic, because Sonic's the kind of person that you invite them over and they're always like, do you want to go out? And we're like, out where? Like, where do you want to go out? What actually do you want to do? I don't want to go and wander around the city centre. I'm 36. I want a plan. You want us to go out? Just go somewhere. Yeah, but where? Just literally just tell me where you want to go. I'm not going out without a plan. You would be good in small doses. Doubt. I could even take Knuckles. I've had angry friends. I can be friends with angry people. They're a bit more predictable, you know. You can't have gotta go fast as your defining like characteristic. Where are you going? I don't know, Bird. You should be careful when that's like your ideal summer. That's how you end up in the files. It's a good game, isn't it, Plem? It's relaxing but scary. Oh, do you think I can? Do you think if I play my cards right, I can just get on this little ledge? No, I'm telling you to be careful. I'm not accusing you of being in the files. I hear that all stream communities eventually turn toxic, but I'm sure I could fast track it by accusing people of being in the files. Oh, I like how Sonic was initially like, kind of, 5.5 years. That's almost 1 year. No, back up.
5.5 year :0.
I thought we only did :0 on Friday. Maybe that was never a hard and fast rule. Oh, hang on. But what if? What if I disguise the food as my own cooking? Okay. And we got a little bit of health here. Worth the rubbished ankle. Hoi. Who in this community do you think is most like? Well, I don't know. The problem with this community, no, not a good start to any thought. let me censor myself and rephrase. Problem with this community is, see, I don't know everyone equally, and I think it's a great shame. Some people I've gotten to know quite well. Some people I've known for a long time before I was streaming. Some people I've known for yonks, and some people I've just ended up talking to more. So, like, there are some people here who aren't in the Discord, so I don't speak to them across the week. Some people here that are newer. So, like, I can't say with equal strength. Oh, yes, that's good. But I guess I'm dodging the question. Who's most likely to be in the files? Well, who's closest to power? Oh. I don't think any of us are close to power. Isn't that our defining characteristic? Oh, I hear Tonti. Tonti, no. Tonti, no dinner. I'm not dinner. I'm friend. No, I'm not friend either, but I'm not dinner. Neither friend nor dinner be. That was my motto growing up. So they just don't give you save points, huh? Like, we're done with those, are we? I think like Tonti's going faster. How are you close again? I'm gonna have to go by this wall. Well, I think Epstein lives in hell, so... But loads of British people were caught up in the files, weren't they? It was just kind of an international set, I thought. Yeah? King of Time, you're volunteering yourself for the award of most likely to appear in the Epstein files? What on earth could be motivating you to do that? Could this be good? Yes, yes, I've been clever. I've only hurt myself somewhat. Okay, okay, but can I... Oh, but the healing is over. But the healing is... You'll take it, KOT. Gotta be careful. Mud sticks. Mud's like glue. Can I? Oh, yes. Very, very nice. I've really taken to just playing like simple little nonsense things. I think this could be me, you know? But then I say that about every other game. Like, I haven't gone back to Tokyo Jungle, despite everything I said. Oh, yeah, okay. What, it bounced off? I lost a bit of ankle for that. I just do this in advance. Yeah, okay, so I do that. No. I thought I was being clever. All right, I'm done. I'm done. We'll end on that. Oh, F's in the chat. I think that's good. All right, I've got to do my chores. I've got to go, but thank you so much for the company. Do you know what? Thank me for the stream. That's me thanking me. I'm not telling you to thank me, but if it happens, what could I do? What could I do? All right, thanks everyone. We've enjoyed the gungram. We've done the dulls. We talked about memory. We decided to, well, let's not talk about the last conversation. Honestly, I wish that one never happened. But we have a volunteer for it at least. All right, everyone. Thanks for everything. I'll see you all later. Am I right in thinking that maybe Pete goes live at 10? Pete, if you're here, tell me if you go live soon, because I've not been very good on the boomerang. I want to go back into the boomerang. Is it 10, right? What if I vamp? What shall I vamp for 10 min? 10 more minutes of gun. Should we just watch gun music for 10 minutes and then we'll go back to Pete? So anyone who just has obviously just, they smell blood in the water and know I'm about to end it, feel free to join the Discord if you want. Angel is also on. Yeah, but I feel a kind of an obligation because I feel like I'm sullying it. But like, Pete raids into me all the time, and I feel bad for not paying it back to Pete, you know? I feel like I owe the guy. We're part of the boomerang. But then I have been inconsistent and he's still been, I don't know. I feel like I should raid to Pete, you know? Should we not watch some good music for a little bit? Or maybe this is all in my head and I should just raid now because I've I've said I'm ending the stream. Is this what it means when people say, is this what a neurotic personality refers to? How I am? Is that neuroses when I'm like this? Like prevaricating out loud and talking about all the possibilities and obligations that I'm under. You could have a go at that is what they mean. Yeah, okay. I've always wondered. I've heard it said in like sitcoms, this person's neurotic, but that's me. Let's have a go at password. Yeah. Password. All right. All right. We'll do this. Okay. Okay. Password. This. Tutorial. Oh no, this is by the Wordle guy. I've seen this. It's good, I think. Hang on. Okay, you didn't load. I've seen this. Asking a Twitch chat if you're neurotic may itself be neurotic. Yeah, I mean, open and shut then, I think. Prune vegetable plot. Let me do the tutorials. Okay. Tap or drag to select all of taxi reduced to find another word for fee and then tap on it. No, I'm too tired. I'm not gonna be able to do this. I've become too stupid through streaming. I know my own mind. I've streamed for an hour and a half. No. This is why we do dulls at the beginning. Yeah, this is, if anything, just gun music time. Sorry, I know my own brain and my own capacities. I could at best listen to gun music. Sorry, Becca Books. That's not a snub. I do like the game. I found more gun music. There's more. Oh, bloody hell. Oh. No, I think he's shooting tuned pieces of metal. Yeah, it's resonating metal. They're not in tune at the beginning, or at least like the frequencies and the resonance of them is vile. Vile sound. Okay, let's see what else comes up for gun music. Obviously, we've got Gun Drummer, one of the greats. Charlie Kirk isn't even on here. I don't want to do a YouTube short for Love Nor Money. Armored Core, hell yeah. Oh, I mean, there are only 3 people doing it, huh? That's Gun Drummer again, don't be confused. ASMR for the boys. Gun piano.
I built a gun piano to make music from pain, but there was a problem. No one wanted to stand in front of it. But eventually we found some music students that said yes. So let's try it. Okay, redo? I will try going up the scale.
This isn't really what I want. This isn't really what I'm thinking of. Let's read the comments underneath this. This helps me to relax. I'm going to put it on loop. This helps me to relax. No, I don't even want this either. I think I just need to end the stream. I think it's 2 minutes until Pete goes live, right? How about just like a happy animal or something? Like just something, should we end nicely? Not funny, just happy. Just happy, and not a short either. Just a happy animal. Just something normal. Not 30 minutes of adorable animals, just one happy animal. Naval mine video? What do you mean? Yeah, I could do this. Yeah. This is right. This is us. This is good. If I snub Pete, then all this prevarication would be for nothing.
Ovo je moguće prvi jedinstveni slučaj da se ona koristi to na visini od 1746 metara. A kakva je to mina? To se zove morska mina ili protubrodska mina.
Recite, to je već je iskušano njeno djelovanje?
Već je iskušano njeno djelovanje i ona ima veliki efekt je pokazala do sada.
Hvala vam lijepo.
Evo.
What's wrong with what we're watching?
Da ću ja pornuti minu
This guy's going to push the mine off the mountain.
metara visine morske. Broda ja će je poruti sa ove velike kote. Pust pod oni
Please release unintelligible sphere. This is a good screenshot.
Pust pod oni
This is a good screenshot. Let me just. Can someone screen grab that? That's really good. That's a good image. No, we're watching them do this. Yeah, but we have to finish this. Jesus, you guys hate this video, right? You hate this video. They're pushing a mine off a mountain.
Lezi! Lezi! Lezi gori! Lezi!
Yeah, I know. Can't believe I want to watch them push the mine off a mountain. No, not poor Pete. There'll be 10 minutes of pre-stream. It helps him more if people arrive deeper into the pre-stream. Oh, Jesus. I didn't enjoy that at all. That was really irresponsible. No, Pete's not wondering anything. All right, we're going now. We're going. Jesus Christ. We're going. You happy? You happy now? Yeah, this would have been just at the end of the Yugoslav war. Unintelligible sphere. All right, thank everyone for watching. Be nice, be kind. Be nice to Pete. We're doing unintelligible sphere raid. When you go in, say unintelligible sphere, okay? That's how we do it here. All right. Hang on, let me load up. Let me actually load up the raid. We can go straight from me shouting into the raid. Okay, raid. Good Pete. Remember, everyone, you've been watching the Maul stream. We're doing an unintelligible sphere raid, so remember, we really want to hit that unintelligible sphere energy. Pete's a really good friend of mine, so show him a lot of love. We're going to be watching a lot of wrestling tonight. So in 3, 2, 1, let's head over there. And remember, you got to like, you got to follow. Also, join my Discord if you haven't already. Sign up for More Vision. Tell your friends and family you love them, and never give up. Goodbye.